Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a book review on Victoria by Daisy Goodwin. Victoria by Daisy Goodwin tells the story of the early reign of one of England's greatest queens. Victoria has lived a sheltered life under the watchful eye of her mother and Sir John Conroy, and Victoria is eager to prove she has what it takes to be queen after the death of her uncle, King William IV. Victoria struggles to make her voice heard among the men who rule her country, and she relies on the help of her Prime Minister, Lord Melbourne, to guide her during this most important time. But Victoria is also a young woman and finds herself falling in love with Lord Melbourne, but everyone keeps saying she is destined to marry her cousin Prince Albert. Should Victoria follow her heart and risk the wrath of her country, or should she perform her duty and marry Albert? So, I obviously had to pick up this book because of my obsessive love, you guys, of the Victoria TV series, starring Jenna Coleman as Queen Victoria, Tom Hughes as Prince Albert, and Rufus Sewell as Lord Melbourne. So yeah, if you are familiar with the Victoria TV series, this book essentially covers the first 4 episodes of the series. So yeah, don't pick this book up thinking that you're getting all 8 episodes of the series, because you're not. It's only the first 4. Which I wish this book covered the entire series, because I honestly wouldn't have minded a longer book, because this book is only about it doesn't even get to 400 pages. If this book had been like 1,000 pages, I would have been fine with that. You know, I would have preferred to see the whole series incorporated in here. So that's kind of making me wonder, does Daisy Goodwin intend on making a book 2? I don't know. So where to begin, you guys? Let me ask you a few questions. Your enjoyment of this book is going to depend on a couple different things here. Question number 1, how much did you enjoy the TV series? And question number 2, are you okay with an exact copy of the show just presented in book format? So if you said yes to both of those questions, this book is definitely for you. So getting to what might be a little bit frustrating about this book, something you may be a bit disappointed about, this book doesn't do anything new or different. What you saw on the TV series is exactly what you get with this book. And I do mean exact. Pretty much everything is word for word. It's an exact replica. All of the dialogue, just everything about this book is identical to the TV shows, and you're either going to like that or you're not. And my understanding of this book is that Daisy Goodwin, she was writing the TV series and then kind of thought to herself, you know what, I'm just going to kind of turn it into a book as I go. So I think that's what explains why the TV series and the book, why they are exact replicas of each other. And though I found myself enjoying this book, because like I said, I love the TV series, and even though I found myself enjoying and liking this book, I feel like Daisy Goodwin, I think she wasted out on some potential storytelling and some potential additives to the story, I suppose. Because what I think Daisy Goodwin in particular fails with this book, I think she doesn't have that depth of emotion and feeling that comes across on the TV series. Because on the TV series, you have these fantastic actors, okay? You have this fantastic cast, and yeah, they are able to deliver feeling and emotion to these characters. And yeah, through a book, you have to display feeling and emotion in different ways, and I don't think Daisy Goodwin really showcased that, because sometimes the characters felt a little bit dry and flat, and the only reason I could imagine them with depth and emotion and personalities is because I had the actors in my head, if that makes sense. I had the actor portrayals in my head helping me get through the book, and like I said, allowing me to give them emotion and personalities. Because something that a TV series can do that a book cannot is, you know, on the TV series, someone, through just their face alone, their mouth may tick a little bit, they may raise an eyebrow, they may suck in their cheeks or something. You know, just little ticks in the face can tell you a lot about what a character is thinking and feeling. And yeah, Daisy Goodwin doesn't ever really do anything like that with the characters through a narrative format. So I guess what I'm ultimately trying to say, maybe I'm kind of going a long way about saying it, I think I'm saying that Daisy Goodwin, in a book format, she lacks description and characterization, whereas the TV show has all of that, in my opinion. And like I said at the start of this review, this book covers the first 4 episodes, and like I was also saying, I think it might have worked better just to have the entire series in one book, even if that meant making this a very lengthy novel, because I almost feel like this book should have focused on just the first 3 episodes, focusing on that relationship between Victoria and her Prime Minister, Lord Melbourne, because then poor Prince Albert, you guys. Poor Prince Albert, he feels a little bit forced and thrown into this book because he literally just pops up in maybe the last 25% of this novel. And yeah, the whole book was building up the relationship between Victoria and Lord M, if you will, as Victoria likes to call him. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. The book is barely even 400 pages, and Albert maybe gets 100 of those 400 pages, you guys. And yeah, Daisy Goodwin spends the entire time focusing on that relationship with Lord M and Victoria. So yeah, I almost feel like this novel should have just been Victoria and her Prime Minister, and yeah, a book 2 more with Victoria and Albert, I suppose. So I guess just talking about some of the characters really quickly, I absolutely adored Victoria in this book. I'm not gonna lie, Victoria can be pretty annoying and frustrating at the start of the novel, but that's kind of her character growth and her character journey, is because she is such a young woman. She gets this role as Queen of England at such a young age, and that's kind of her arc in this book, getting away from her childish fantasies and childish desires, becoming this amazing leader of England, or the United Kingdom. Because some of her character flaws early on in this novel, because she has been kept under lock and key practically her whole life for her own protection, yeah, she's really wary of people and really suspicious of people, and she has a hard time opening up with people. And yeah, what she desires more than anything, she just wants to prove herself to her kingdom and to all of these men who essentially run the government, because a lot of them just see her as this little small girl, and she's just a child, and she has no idea how to run this country. So yeah, that's her big thing, is trying to prove herself. So help eventually arrives in the form of Lord M, her Prime Minister, and I loved Lord M, you guys. He's never once condescending to her, he always listens to her, and he gives his honest opinion about things, and he genuinely believes in her, I think, believes that she can be this amazing Queen of the United Kingdom. Because what Victoria wants as well, she wants to feel as if she is in charge, feel like she's in power and control, and yeah, Lord M gives her that control and only really pushes her when necessary and gives her that advice when necessary. So of course, Victoria, being a very young girl at the start of this novel, you guys, and in comes Lord M, especially looking like Rufus Sewell in the TV series, you guys, good lord, because the man did not look like that in real life, let's be honest. But yeah, of course, Victoria gets this attachment to Lord M. She starts to fall in love with him, and that's a big no-no. She can't fall in love with her Prime Minister. That's just all sorts of awkward and weird. So yeah, a big part of this novel, Victoria learning that she can't have everything that she wants. Just because she's queen, she can't have the man that she desires. And not gonna lie, you guys, mostly just because of the casting going on in the TV show, I was definitely shipping Victoria and Lord M, let's be for real. Kind of one of those instances where You secretly hope that Victoria may never meet Prince Albert. You secretly don't want the history to happen, but you know it's gonna happen anyway. So yeah, overall, I did enjoy this book, despite it being an exact replica, but it was still really good. It was still really fun. I liked reading, I liked seeing the show and the characters in a different format. So you guys, have you watched the Victoria TV show? Do you want to read this book, or have you read it already? Just let me know down below. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye guys.